Hey, yo, what it do? Y'all, guess what? This is the last episode of season 2. Y'all, first of all, I'm super, super excited. It's also like not a recap of 2025, but it is the truth about my 2025. Let's go.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year.
Okay, so before we get started, I just want to know by a show of hands, and you can drop them in the chat, you can raise them in your room, wherever you at. Did 2025 almost take anybody out besides me? Y'all, listen, when I tell you I feel like I've been fighting for my life, I feel like I've been fighting for my life. You hear me? But here we are, man. Literally, we got like 48 hours into the new year, and I'm just like, yo, wow, super excited. This year has been crazy to say the least. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just get into it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, for y'all that don't know, the top of the year was hard for me. I literally started my year off with getting laid off again. Do you hear me? When I tell y'all, man, I wasn't surprised by the layoff because I felt it coming. You know what I'm saying? But it was crazy because a few months prior to the layoff, I had got this messaging from I promise you, she an angel. Like, I'm telling you, and I've told y'all this story before. Like, I was at the Bible Museum, and this lady literally just started telling me about how some of her most fulfilling gigs and just the different things that she has done has been through what God has given her and not of her own plans. You know what I'm saying? And I also remember her telling me, you need to do what God told you to do before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? And it was just really crazy because it was like everything just went from like, oh, okay, we're in the museum, to like straight tunnel vision, like just like, yo, this lady is having an encounter with me as like, you know what I'm saying, in that moment. And I ain't even gonna hold y'all, I promise y'all, like, I'm not making this up. When I got back to my hotel room, I started working on my book. I started working on the cover. Like, I literally started executing. And that was like October of 2024. And I released my book December of 2024. So just to be laid off January of 2025. Come on, tell me that timeline ain't even crazy by itself, right? So after that, I started going through a fast, and I'm telling y'all, by the end of the fast, I was ready to commit suicide. Like, literally, like in the bathroom, trying to figure out how am I going to do it. By that point, man, I was fed up with life. I don't know if y'all know for real, but like, if you've been really just keeping up with me and my content over the years, like even just before I started this podcast, like I have been saying I'm tired for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And like just the weight of being the chosen one, the weight of being the blueprint. Like, some of y'all ain't gonna understand because that's not who y'all are. You feel me? But for those of y'all that's the blueprint and you know, you the chosen one, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, listen, when I tell y'all, man, like I feel like I just been making it through, you know, and I had got to a point. Not that I was tired of living, but I was just tired of surviving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just kept feeling like there should be more. Like, I should be having more. I should be doing more. Like, I should be enjoying life. Like, I shouldn't feel so bogged down the way I do. You know what I'm saying? And so literally, man, I was in the bathroom making decisions on how to end it. And gratefully, God stepped in. You know what I'm saying? I was telling God, like, yo, you had told me that you wasn't going to put more on me than I can bear. Well, I'm bearing. You know what I'm saying? And literally, man, I promise y'all, I'm telling you, it's like Holy Spirit turned into Siri and was like, she cued Mary, Mary, I just can't give up now. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. And that joint really started just ringing in my head, them lyrics. And it's like, as the lyrics was starting to like ring in my head, my spirit started fighting back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started thinking, wait a minute, we finna go out like this? Out of everything we have done in life, we finna go out like this? This don't even make sense to end it like this. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when I started like literally fighting back. Like, nah, we not finna do this. Like, I'm stronger than this. Like, God did not bring me this far to leave me right here. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I felt. You feel me? So that moment happened, and it was crazy because, like, I want to say maybe like a few weeks later, I was volunteering at a church, and Erica Campbell and her daughter was there, and they was putting on like an event for, I think like, the young adults and stuff like that. And so literally, I was just there serving, and I kept passing her. And at the time, I'd like, why do I keep passing Erica Campbell? Like, she spoke to me. Like, I'm in my zone though. Like, when I'm like in my zone of like production and stuff, like I'm just tunnel vision. And so I didn't recognize until I got back to my my mini control seat, where I get to kind of see all the monitors and stuff like that of what's going on. That's when I realized, when we threw the graphic up, that's when I realized, oh, wow, Erica Campbell, Mary, Mary. Like, their song literally, helped me get out of a space literally a few weeks ago. And so I was just like, wow, it's crazy how God had literally like run something back full circle. And so after that, man, literally like life just felt like ebb and flow, like I had some times where I felt like I was up. You know what I'm saying? I got to be the creative director and content director for the 5th annual Rise and Remember Festival honoring George Floyd. So I got an opportunity to go out to Minneapolis and actually see like George Floyd's memorial, spend time with his family, just the whole city, man, the community. It was a dope vibe. I'm not even going to hold you, man. Met some really dope people. Shout out to Bridget and the whole Aguape movement, man. Janelle and her crew over at Rise and Remember. Just so many different people that was just coming together to, just do something dope for the community. And I actually got a chance to meet D1. He performed along with a few other, local artists from the city. So it was a dope community, man. It's like, even though with such a crazy situation like that happened, like, you can tell the community is still fighting and holding it together. You know what I'm saying? And actually, while I was there, they was giving us a little more history about, like, Prince was from around the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it was just a lot of history. Also got to meet Professor Griff. Yeah, Professor Griff, man, from Public Enemy, which was super dope, man. Shout out to Adriana. Adrian. I always call her Adriana, but shout out to Adrian, man. We had a really dope time. It was dope, man. And it seems like once I came off of that high of like coming back from that trip, everything just kind of like slowed down. It really felt like a downhill spiral that started happening, because it felt like as I was getting closer to my birthday, I felt like a shift in not just my energy, but it was like a shift in my insides. You know what I'm saying? Like a shift in my mindset, a shift in just how I was like wanting to show up. And so literally, man, I had started feeling like God had backed me into a corner and I ain't have no choice but to like slow down, see what he trying to show me, and understand like you can't keep operating like this. You know what I'm saying? And so literally it was like that was the toughest time, basically making that transition from seeing the glass half empty versus seeing the glass half full. And it was a struggle because it's like, you know, obviously when your mind is kind of wired to kind of think one way, it's like you don't think any other thing outside of that space. But then you have to start opening up your mind to, you know, just the different like possibilities and perspectives of like, yo, instead of looking at it like this, what if you looked at it like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so as I started doing more of that, my mind just really started to shift. And I don't know, I just started noticing things, and I started even noticing things about myself that I really started understanding like, yo, this had to happen, this slowdown, because as I was getting ready, like to elevate and transition into my next season, there were so many things. It felt very abrupt. It felt very urgent, and it felt very like, yo, you have to do this now. You have to get this now. I've been trying to get it to you. I've been trying to explain it to you. I've been trying to send you the warning signals, but you ain't been picking up what I'm putting down. You know what I'm saying? And so literally, I feel like it was like just very like hard stop, skirt, like pulled up the emergency brake and just hold up. And so that was just, man, it was such a, it was a very like painful time mentally, I'll say that. Cause it's just like, when I tell you like my money has stopped, bills piling up, repossession notice for my car. I mean, like credit card bills overdue, like you name it, like you think of it, like I'm telling you, like it was just crazy. And so it was really hard to fathom. I felt like I was grieving a part of me because there was a part of me, the part of me that was dying was that hustle and bustle. You know what I'm saying? That busy, like, yo, I'm having motion. And it's like, yo, it was crazy because right around that time I started hearing, I was watching, I think, an interview from Denzel Washington, and he was just saying, like, people confuse progress, or they confuse motion with progress. And it's just like, just because you have emotion don't mean that you're making progress. And that just really started sitting with me, and I'm like, dang, have I been running in place this whole time? You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily this whole time, but it's like at some point, I definitely started recognizing I went from like, I'm like actually moving to like, oh, I'm like running in place. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm running in place because I'm not detaching myself from the things that are no longer serving me. I'm not detaching myself from, you know, relationships and habits that need to end. I'm not detaching myself from the things that's keeping me where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Including the mindset that I had at the time, right? So it was like I was really grieving that because you know how you start kind of like romanticizing like the momentum. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I was doing. Like I was reflecting on, literally over like just last year, I was traveling all the time. I had just landed a contract with a client for a job that I created, and you know what I'm saying, they was paying me what I wanted to be paid. Like I was literally, I was living in overflow. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, it showed me like little flashbacks of while I was living in overflow, I was also still moving in survival mode. And the two can't exist together. Survival mode and overflow can't exist in the same space. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna collide, it's gonna crash, and it's gonna be like just a full-blown collision, right? And so it was just like, dang, like a decision had to be made. And it was just like, at the time, I didn't make the right decision because my mind wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I was so high on the energy, like, yo, like I'm living life. Like, I'm thinking like, yeah, like, oh, this person is cool. They can come with me. Like, oh, this habit is cool. It can come with me. Like, just very much not even thinking. And let me tell y'all this, all of those things that y'all are praying for, you definitely need to ask God to also grant you the wisdom and understanding on how to maintain that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I think sometimes we want more blessings, but we don't recognize that there are things that have to change and die within inside of us to even have those things and maintain those things, steward over those things. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that, I pretty much had to learn. And that's one of those things that I wish I knew back then. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about me doing content and gym drops and all of that. Like, I'm literally y'all walking with me while I'm on my journey. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally living out loud in my journey, in purpose, on purpose. So y'all can really, you know what I'm saying, pick up what I'm putting down, because I definitely know for sure I didn't have anybody, you know what I'm saying, keeping it a buck with me in this way. You know what I'm saying, giving me the game early so that way when these things come up against me, yo, I already got the tools on what to do and how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just time to get active. You feel me? So I hope y'all getting these gym drops, man, and really understanding what I'm saying. And look, take your notes, send it to your friend, whoever you need to send it to. And let me pause real quick and let me just shout out you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody around the world, man. Listen, there are hundreds. There's even been thousands of people this year alone that have watched one of my videos, liked one of my videos, commented on one of my videos, shared my videos, saved my videos. Like, I really do appreciate all of y'all, man. When I tell y'all 2025, although it's been ebb and flow, like me really stepping into like this version of me where I've been speaking a lot more, I've been writing a lot more, like it's just been so dope to, hear the feedback, see the comments, see the numbers, just hear about somebody's life getting transformed by the things that I'm doing. Whether you've taken a class, you've listened to my music, you've watched my podcast, you've read my articles, you've purchased my books, whatever, yo. Like, I appreciate everything. You hear me? Like, I do not take it lightly, man, because to be honest, and I've told y'all this story a million times if you tuned in, this was not my plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really thought I was going to be like this big time music artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always had goals. Like, I've always been a dream chaser my entire life. But like I was on the path of doing music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it transitioned to like video production. You know what I'm saying? Being on set as a video producer and director. Like, I just knew that I was going in a different direction. You feel me? So when God dropped it on me that I was going to be an author and a speaker, I'm like, bruh, who, me? Come on, cut it out, man. Like, there is no way that you have selected me to do this. So listen, stay open-minded, man, for real. But as I'm like just reflecting on 2025, man, I think one of the hardest things I had to do this year was let go of my past. And I'm not just talking about habits, but I'm talking about people. Like this year alone, I have like and I don't hang around a lot of people. Like if you know me, you know I don't hang around a lot of people, but I definitely still had relationships with people that I have known for the last 10, 15 years of my life, man. And, I think it's hard because, at least for me, I don't have any friends that, like, I don't have any childhood friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any friends that I still talk to that knew me back then versus where I am today. And, I have often admired those type of relationships and have even wanted those type of relationships for myself. And so that's one of the reasons I have a hard time holding on, because it's like, dang, like I don't have anybody from my previous life, essentially, you know what I'm saying, that can really sit and not even just vouch, but just kick it with me. You know what I'm saying? Like we could just sit and kick it like, yo, remember when, back in the day it was like this and woo woo woo. And, we finally made it. We did everything we said we was going to do. Like I have just, I've always desired like those type of relationships. And so, having to let these people go, you know what I'm saying? Like it was hard, you know what I'm saying? But it was actually harder up here versus like the action of making the decision, you know what? I'm gonna let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things that I do, I have to put my feelings aside. You know what I'm saying? Like I can feel however I want to feel, but at the end of the day, like I'm a principle and respect type person. And so when I step back and I look at the principle of the situation and whether respect lie or don't lie, that's when I really have to decide like, yo, are you going to continue to allow like this to happen? Or, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to cut ties? You know what I'm saying? And so one of the things that I feel like, we have to pause and recognize is that we have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think sometimes life be moving so fast and we be moving with it that sometimes we forget that we have a choice. You know what I'm saying? You can make the decision to decide if you want to talk to that person again, decide if you want to keep that job, decide if you want to actually get active on whatever goals or dreams you had said that you was going to do. Like, you have the power to make whatever decision you want to make, and you have the power to stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like oftentimes we don't use all of our superpowers that's inside of us. But that's because we so bogged down with life that we even forget that we got superpowers. You know what I'm saying? But that's a conversation for another day. Yo, here are some of my 2025 highlights, aka wins for the year. My ad was selected to promote David Shan's podcast summit. I became the content director for the 5th annual Rise and Remember Festival, honoring George Floyd. I made the most money I've ever made in my business. I have published another book, Mentality Makeover. Make sure y'all go get that. It's an ebook. So yeah, make sure y'all cop that. I have wrote and published 17 articles. Okay, yeah. This right here makes my 27th podcast episode, consecutive podcast episode for this year. I'm telling y'all, first of all, let me just pause right there. When I tell y'all, at first, this whole podcast thing, I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even really want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, I'm one of those people, like, I don't like to do what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? And so I really, like, God had to really, like, lead me into this. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it was like coming up on the last quarter where it was like, you know what? We not finna keep showing up like every other week and, maybe I'll drop something here, or I might drop a gem or two there. Like, nah, yo, it's time to get focused. It's time to be consistent. It's time to grow that discipline. You know what I'm saying? And so literally, like, I just remember I just decided to challenge myself. Like, you know what? I want to show up every week, and I want to do it up until the end of the year, and I want to see how many episodes I got. And so I think I was talking to Chad about it, and they had gave me a number. Like, yo, by, this particular date, you should have this amount of episodes, this many articles written, da 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 da. And so literally, man, I just started executing. And if you know anything about me, like, I'm an action person. I'm going to get to it. Man, a to-do list, hate to see me coming. You hear me? Like, a plan, hate to see me coming. Like, all of that. And don't let you not have no clarity. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to get some clarity, and then we're going to execute. You hear me? So that's literally how I get active, man. But literally, I got selected to be a part of the NASDAQ Milestone Program, which I have met 2 super dope people. And I've also got a super dope mentor. Shout out to Lauren. Shout out to Jacqueline. Shout out to Christina. Shout out to everybody that's in the program, man, running it up. And because we've been so diligently, like, with the 12 weeks of just working on our business, man, it has really helped me just become more alive, man. Like, for a long time, I felt like I had to decide between what hat I wanted to wear. You know what I'm saying? How did I want to show up? Who did I want to be? And so, being a part of this program and just having, just the people around me, it just helped me solidify and know that I don't have to choose. You know what I'm saying? Like, God gave me so many gifts and talents that I don't just have to be or show up one particular way. You know what I'm saying? And so I really learned that this year, instead of this or that, it's this and that for me. And it's like, because I have that clarity and just that courage now, like, that joint has really helped shift me mentally, and just even from a confidence perspective. Like, my confidence has, been through the roof for sure, but like, it just seems like now, you know how when you get clear on something, when you know what you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, the energy just is different around it now. So it's like, I'm a writer. Yeah, I'm an author. I'm a speaker. Like, I'm a showrunner. Like, I wear different hats, and I am who I am, and I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just dope to have people around me that understood that. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I'll say as we head into another year, man, make sure y'all get around community. You hear me? Like, I cannot stress the importance of just having people around you that is rooting for you. Want to see you succeed, want to see you run it up, want to see you live your life to the fullest, want to see you live an abundant life filled with overflow joy and everything that God got in store. Y'all, community is important, man. And it can be hard when it's just you and, you the only person on your level. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not, discounting the other people that are around you. But if we can just keep it a buck, everybody not on the same page. You know what I'm saying? And so it's really nice to actually have people that have the same interest and understand what you're saying, and don't even have to, like, you don't even really have to say anything, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, and not on no mind reader type energy, just on some alignment type energy, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, make sure y'all get y'all some community, you hear me? And I ain't talking about them little fake friends that some of y'all got. Y'all need to take inventory on your circle. See who really your friends and see who not. And it's okay to let go. Yeah. Hey, yo, shout out to J Nixon ET. They used to have, I forgot what it's called, but on the radio, they'd be like, you just got let go. Yeah, we need to bring that back. If I could tell y'all the highlight of my 2025, it would be understanding that the valley season is what you make it. Like, I've been in the valley for like, I don't know, I feel like 3.5 years. And I feel like, I have always felt like when God give me like these breaks, I felt like I didn't, like, the fact that I'm an execution strategist right now is mind blowing to me, because for a long time I used to procrastinate. And so literally I used to feel like I'm wasting time. Like, I'll have like these periods of just, I could just freedom essentially. And I didn't maximize on it. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know how it is. Like when summer break come and you got all these plans of what you gonna do and how you gonna do it and who you gonna do it with. Then when it get here, you don't even do half of the stuff that you said you was gonna do. That's what it was given. You know what I'm saying? And so I had kept feeling like I wasn't doing what God had told me to do. And there was even a time where I told God I ain't have time to do what he said do. This was, okay, y'all have heard this, but I told y'all there was a time when I was working at this job and I was a video producer for a super dope cell phone accessories brand. Like, it was fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really, really dope. And, I would start losing my energy and, I would have to go do like a motivational video or something to get my juice back, charge up, and then I'd be ready for the day, And so it had got to a point where I had told God, I'm like, Lord, listen, the energy in here is getting crazy. I feel bogged down. I'm drained mentally and emotionally. I don't have the time or the bandwidth to do what you told me to do. Y'all, when I tell y'all, this man laid me off the following week. And it was like, okay, so now do you have time? Like, what? I didn't even know God moved like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, when I tell y'all, God be blowing my mind like all the time. But yeah, man, that's what I would have to say is just like, one of the greatest lessons is like knowing that your valley season is what you make it. When I was, you look in the Bible and you just see so many different people in their own valley season. And it's like, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing to work your valley season? You know what I'm saying? And not let it work you. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you growing spiritually? Are you sowing your seeds? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Are you just sitting there with your hands folded, just waiting on waiting on anything to happen? Like, I really had to like get active during these valley seasons. And it's because of the things and that I was doing during the valley season that when I get to the mountaintop, and I've had some mountaintop experiences, it was the things that I was working on in the valley that, got me to that next space. And so, as we get ready to head into the next season, that's what I want to tell y'all. If you've been in a valley season in 2025, then tossed you every which way but loose, listen, this is preparation. You feel what I'm saying? 2025 was preparation so that you can run it up 2026 and beyond. Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen, matter of fact, let me lean in. Let me tell y'all something. Do not show up to this next season the same way that you was last season. You understand what I'm saying? You have put in way too much work. You have showed up countless of times. It is time to get active and it is time to run your race. Do you hear what I'm saying? Listen, ain't nobody gonna do it for you. You gotta step up. You gotta stand on business. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta know that you know that you know. You feel me? Listen, it's time. You feel me? Say these words with me. I am gonna run it up. Come on, nah. This season, I am going to run it up. This season, I am not going to play small. This season, I am going to have everything that God told me that I'm going to have. I'm going to have everything that has my name on it. You feel me? There will not be any imposter syndrome. You feel me? Like, you better talk to yourself. Whatever that thing is that holds you back, whatever that thing is that keep you stuck, you better keep it in 2025. It can't go with you. You feel what I'm saying? Do yourself a favor and show up next season, because you're going to be glad that you did. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you going to be glad that you did. Can't nobody show up for you. Can't nobody run your race for you. Can't nobody do nothing but root you on, support you. Let's go. Let's go, Dante. Let's go, Sabrina. Let's go, Jacqueline. Let's go, Christina. Yo, listen, that's all people can do is root you on. And guess what? Even if you don't hear those people, you got to encourage yourself. You know what I'm saying? I gave a message a few years ago, and I was saying that you got to be your biggest cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? When you showing up, when you sowing your seeds, it ain't gonna be a lot of people around. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you just know that God is around. You feel me? Just know God walking with you, Holy Spirit guiding you. And listen, you might not hear people right now. Just start making up names. Start clapping for yourself. Like, pretend when you look out that you see a crowd of people rooting for you, clapping for you. Like, do whatever you need to do to run your race. You feel what I'm saying? Because you have to show up. You have to show up and you have to execute. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you need support with figuring out what you got going on this year, what you're going to be doing, what does your plan look like? What does execution even look like? If you want to go from being stuck to turning your dreams into reality, do not hesitate to reach out to me, y'all. Go to my booking site, set up a call with me. Let me help you walk through this season. You don't have to walk through it alone. And I'm telling you, this is what I do, but you already know that. That's how you sitting here watching me now. Nobody gave me this blueprint. That book that I released, nobody showed me how to do it. You feel what I'm saying? I use my resources. You feel what I'm saying? I created a roadmap for myself, and I got active, and I ran it up, and I'm still running it up. I ain't told y'all, but yeah, we gonna be in Times Square. You feel me? Featured on the NASDAQ tower. I ain't even have to pay for that. So listen, God is amazing, and you have to trust him. Give him your plans, and he'll give you his for you. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that I love, where it's like, yo, God had plans for you way before you even got here. You know what I'm saying? So understand that if he got plans for you, he's going to give you the blueprint on how to do what he needs you to do. You feel me? You can't do it alone. You need people. You need teams. You need community. You feel me? You need a coach. You need a mentor. Like, you need all of that. You know what I'm saying? Come get that. You feel me? Don't spend another year. Don't spend another week. Don't spend another day just out here executing aimlessly. Nah, it's time to have a clear roadmap on what you need to do, and we're going to run it up. You hear me? I'll see y'all on the other side, man. Congratulations. Happy New Year. You know what I'm saying? Get out here and be safe. You feel me? Run your race. I'll see y'all on the other side, man.